आपकाय च धम्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पतः नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। Going down at the feet of Lord Ramachandra, Mother Sita Devi, offering my Sastanga Pranam at the lotus feet of Hanumanji. I offer my heartfelt namaskar to all of you. We have assembled here to hear about the Hanuman Chalisa. What is so special about this Hanuman Chalisa? Why should we study this, or why should we chant this? What is the speciality? So first we shall go down to Hanuman so that he will give us the buddhi bala, the intelligence to understand the importance of Hanuman Chalisa. There is a beautiful verse on Lord Hanuman. What is that? Buddhir balam yashodhairyam nirbhayatvam arogatam ajadyam vakhatutvancha Hanumansmaranat bhaved. What is the simple meaning of this verse? Buddhir balam. So, by the contemplation on the character and activities of Hanuman, that is what we are going to do for these 3 days. We are going to contemplate on the beautiful character of Hanuman. So, the natural question arises in us because we are all utilitarians. We are human beings, we have the nature. The first question we ask is, what do we get? Because we are always selfish to ask, what is the utility of doing anything? Without getting something, no, we are not interested in that. So now, by studying Hanuman Chalisa, what are we going to get? Now, from the contemplation, we are going to contemplate on the character of Hanuman. At one place, Sri Ramakrishna told one of his disciples, now, when you meditate upon me, that is on him, or any gods or goddesses, what is that we are going to gain? Why should we meditate? Why should we worship? Why should we contemplate? Why should we sing the bhajans? When we do that, when we contemplate, Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example, just like the property of the father by default flows down to the child, the son or the daughter, without much effort. Likewise, when one meditates on me or any god or goddess, that property, that wealth of that god or goddess will flow down to you. Whoever meditates on that god or goddess, that wealth of the god will flow down to you by default, automatically, just like when somebody becomes the child or the son of a person who has lot of property, all his property, when he comes up to the age, he becomes an adult above 18, the property of the father will automatically flow to the child, the son or the daughter. Likewise, when somebody meditates upon me, that is Ramakrishna is telling about himself, also about any gods or goddesses, the property of that god or goddess will flow down to the person who meditates upon him. So what are the properties of Hanuman? What does he have? Will you get his mace, Gada? Or are you going to get the tail of Hanuman to you? Do you want the tail of Hanuman or something else? No. Wonderful character, wonderful quality which Hanuman possesses. When you sing the bhajans, when you sing Hanuman Chalisa, when you contemplate on the meaning of it, what is going to happen? That will by default automatically start flowing into you. You will start getting those wonderful qualities into you. Again, you will ask the question, if I get all those beautiful qualities of Hanuman, what am I going to get? You will get the grace of Lord Ramachandra, Mother Sita Devi, and also the grace of Hanuman. All those wonderful strength. See now, this verse will tell Buddhi Phalam Yasho Dhairyam. From the contemplation of the character and activities of Hanuman, what are we going to get? We will get intelligence. Like Hanuman. Hanuman was very intelligent. So we are going to get intelligence, Buddhi. What is Buddhi? In Gayatri Mantra, we pray for that Thi. That is Buddhi. Is it just intelligence like a crow or some animal or some clever person, shrewd person? No. In nature? No. Intelligence means do the right thing at the right time. We always do the right thing at the wrong time. We always do the wrong thing at the right time. So to do the right thing at the right time, you need the intelligence. So Buddhi, then Balam. Now you need strength of your body to execute your intelligence. If you don't have strength in your body, then what is the use of all your intelligence? So what are we going to get by contemplating on Hanuman or Hanuman Chalisa? We are going to get strength to execute our work. Then Yashaha, name and fame, success. Then what are we going to get? Dhairyam, courage, boldness in your heart, courage. What these not the things which we want in our day-to-day life? Yes, if we contemplate, chant, think, meditate on Hanuman Chalisa, we're going to get dhairyam like Hanuman, courage. Then courage is a positive activity. Another thing is fearlessness. You become fearless. Nothing can bring fear in you. You become fearless. That is nirbhayatvam. Then another important thing you are going to get is you will become healthy. You will become healthy in your mind and body and emotion, and spiritually you will become healthy. It will improve your health. See, so many beautiful benefits. Your health is going to be benefited. Somebody asks the doctor, in one of the magazines, there would be a column. I don't know whether you get that magazine here in South Africa. I used to read it in India. It was a USA-based magazine that was called Reader's Digest. In the Reader's Digest, had one column. What was that? Laughter, the best medicine. Laughter, the best medicine. So in that, some person heard about it. He went to the doctor. Doctor, if laughter is the best medicine, why should we come to you, doctor? We don't need a doctor. We will laugh and it will go away. Then the doctor, in a funny way, replied, yes, laughter should be made for maybe a medicine for many things, but laughter can't be the medicine for diarrhea. If you have diarrhea, you can't even laugh. It may increase your diarrhea. So, laughter can't be the medicine. You can't apply the same thing to everything. Then one more thing I heard about is that you should never take sleeping tablet and a laxative while sleeping. Very dangerous. So laughter cannot be the medicine for everything. But if you contemplate Hanuman, you get good health. Hanuman Chalisa. So see, so many wonderful things. The property of Hanuman are flowing to you if you chant Hanuman Chalisa. What do? We just chant it parrot-like. We've heard it from our elders. It is very fine tuning. It's very good with the music and tabla and everything. So go on repeating like parrot. It also has a lot of effect on you, even if you chant it. It is but contemplate the meaning. That's why we are sitting here today to contemplate, go deeper into what is that Hanuman Chalisa. Then what are the other things you are going to get? After that, courage and health, good health. Then you will get after Aravatam, Achantyam. Difficult to get this. What is this Chantyam or Achantyam? Chantyam is laziness. There is no medicine for laziness. No doctor can give you any medicine for laziness. You have to give it up, that's all. How very difficult, you can't get up in the cold season, so difficult to get up early in the morning, you can't come out of your blanket. So, Jadya is laziness. We can't do work, we want to sleep, we want to just sit down, relax, we don't want to work. So, Jadya, laziness. So, if you contemplate on Hanuman Chalisa, it will remove your laziness. See, so many wonderful properties you are getting by contemplating on Hanuman Chalisa. So, laziness, free from laziness, you will be up and doing. And walk out. You will get good eloquence. If you chant Hanuman Chalisa, you will become skillful in your speech. You will speak in such a way, it will not create problems to you. There is a saying that light travels faster than sound, isn't it? You know that in physics. Light travels faster than sound. That's why you see the lightning flash. Afterwards, you hear the sound of the thunder, because light travels faster than sound. Very with all the makeup and wood and boom, everything. But the moment you open your mouth, your real quality will come out. Isn't it? They will come to know what faster than sound. Sound, mouth. You open your mouth, the sound comes later on. So at least keep quiet, keep silent. People will have good opinion about you. If you talk, then all the thing will be gone, because you don't know how to talk, where to talk. In your speech, you will speak the right thing. Skillfulness in speech, to communicate properly. So all these traits, qualities, the property of Hanuman, it will come to you by the contemplation on. This is the verse I told you. So every day you can chant this. What is that? Buddhi balam yashodairiam nirbhayatvam arogatam ajatyam vapatutvancha Hanuman smaranat bhave. By meditating, by taking the name of Hanuman, by singing the bhajans, by doing the puja of Hanuman, you get all these beautiful qualities to you. If you have all these qualities, what more do you want? Nothing. You can get everything in this world. That's why there is the benefit of, first of all, we should make you aware. What are you going to get? Because we are all common, normal human beings. So we need something for us to do anything. We need some utility. Now you have come to know what are you going to get. What are the advantages of reading Hanuman Chalisa. So with this mind, we can now enter into Hanuman Chalisa very nicely. Okay. Going forward, Swami Vivekananda, he was at Ramayana. He came from the United States of America to become popular all over the world, giving that wonderful talk at the Parliament of Religions. He came back to India. He came to Sri Lanka. First, his ship landed in Sri Lanka. So that's why the talk which is given is called Colombo, the capital of Sri Lanka, to Almora, up to Himalaya. He went wherever he traveled. He gives wonderful talk. It's called Colombo to Almora. So there, from Sri Lanka, he came to tip of South India in Tamil Nadu, where we have the bridge, where Lord Ramachandra, with the help of Hanuman and other Vanaras, built the bridge, Ramasetu. Go to Sri Lanka and conquer and get back Mother Sita. So when Swamiji was at this place, Ramanad, he said in the course of conversation that Sri Ramachandra was the Paramatman, God, and that Sita Mata was the Jivatman. He's giving a beautiful analogy. Is that Sri Ramachandra is the Paramatman, Sita Mata is the Jivatman. We are the Jivatman. Paramatman is God. What is yoga? Union of Jivatman. We live with Paramatman is yoga. So now, Sita Mata is Jivatman and Ramachandra is Paramatman, says Swami Vivekananda. And each man's or woman's body was Lanka, Sri Lanka, where the Jivatman, that is Sita Mata, which was enclosed in the body or captured in the island of Lanka. Now, Sita Mata, that is we Jivatman, desired to be in affinity with Paramatman, that is Sri Ramachandra. But the demons, Rakshasas, Ravana and others, his followers, would not allow us. What are the demons in us? The bad desires, negative quality, the demoniacal quality in us will not allow we, the Jivatman, the Sita Mata, to be in contact with Ramachandra, the Paramatman. So, what happens? So, want to be in affinity with the Paramatman or Sri Ramachandra. The demons, Rakshasas, would not allow it. So, the Rakshasas or the demons represented certain traits of character. For instance, Bhishana represented Sattva Guna, Ravana, Rajoguna. We have all these qualities. And Kumbhakarna, Tamas, sleeping. We Hindus in India, we tell about Hindus. How are we Hindus? If you sleep like Kumbhakarna. You wake up like Hanuman. So you have to wake up. So Kumbhakarna is meant for tamas. So all these qualities we have. So Sattva means goodness, Rajas means lust and passion, Tamas means darkness, stupor, avarice, malice, and its concomitants. These gunas keep us back to the Sita Mata, Shivatman, which is encased in this body called Sri Lanka, joined that is Sri Ramachandra. Sita, thus imprisoned, trying to unite with her Lord Ramachandra, receives a visit from Hanuman. So what a beautiful comparison by Swami Vivekananda. Receives a visit by Hanuman. Who is he? The Guru. Guru or the divine teacher. Hanuman is compared by Swami Vivekananda as the Guru. In our life too, is struggling hard to go towards God. Then we are initiated by our Guru. He gives the mantra Deksha. So the Guru is compared to Hanuman. He comes and helps us to take away all these bad things and unite us with Paramatma, that is Sri Ramachandra. A beautiful example given by Swami Vivekananda. So the divine Guru Hanuman, who shows her the Lord's ring, Mudrika, which is Brahmagnana, the knowledge of Brahman, the supreme wisdom, and destroys all illusions in our life. And thus, Sita Mata, the Jivatman, finds the way to be at one with Sri Ramachandra. Or in other words, the Jivatman finds itself one with Paramatma. So beautifully, the whole of Ramayana has been compressed into our life, making it relevant to all of us. Sri Lanka is our body with all the demons in us. We are all waiting to meet Ramachandra, Sita Mata in us, Atman. Who is the Guru? That is Hanuman. Is our Guru. To unite. So it was Hanuman. That is why that portion is called Sundara Kanda. Hanuman brought the good news of Ramachandra to Mother Sita and made her happy, and brought the news of Sita Mata to Ramachandra and made him also happy. He brought so much of happiness into the life. That's why that portion of Ramayana is called Sundara Kanda. Whenever you have any difficulty, any problems in your life in India, they prescribe to read Sundara Kanda. Then all the difficulties in your life will go away. And just like Hanuman brought happiness to Mother Sita, happiness to Ramachandra himself, the Paramatman, and the Divine Mother. So also in our life, we will get happiness, all our sorrows will go away. That's why they prescribe Sundara Kanda. So now, the essence of all this is Hanuman Chalisa. Everything is hidden in Hanuman Chalisa, Sundara Kanda portion, everything. So that's why we have to chant Hanuman Chalisa. So in the beginning itself of Hanuman Chalisa, how does it start? Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj. See, it starts with Guru. So who is the Guru? Your Guru who has given the mantra Diksha. We have to remember, starting anything, beginning anything, we have to remember Guru first. Ganesha, Saraswati, have to be remembered. Guru is the first. We have to remember Guru. Why should we remember Guru? Now, when our Bharadwaja Maharshi in the ashrama, in the forest, Ramachandra, Sita Mata, Lakshmana had come to the forest. They visited this Bharadwaja Muni ashrama. He was bringing them to Kutila, the hut of his disciple. The disciples saw Ramachandra, Prabhu, the Lord of the universe, Mother Sita, and Lakshmana coming to his hut. At that time, Hanuman had not met. He meets only after Kishkinda. So only Rama, Lakshmana and Sita were there. They were coming to the hut of this disciple of Bharadwaj Maharshi. What happened? He saw and his guru coming to his hut. Into his hut, the Lord is coming. Then he was in sort of a dilemma. What shall I do now? Who shall I go and prostrate? The Lord himself is coming. Should I go and prostrate to him first? The Divine Mother, Mother of the universe is coming. Should I go and prostrate to her first? What did he do? What was the decision? He immediately ran and prostrated to his Guru first. Why? This Guru who brings Lord and the Divine Mother to your heart. Without Guru, the Lord will not come to your heart. If you want to get the Lord to your heart, to your heart, then Guru only can make that happen. Without Guru, that will not happen. That's why you have to first think of the Guru. Without Guru, you will not get God. What is the meaning of Guru? Kushabdasya andhakara, darkness. What is darkness? Ignorance. Kushabdasya nivaranam. Removal of the darkness of ignorance from your heart. What happens? Automatically the Lord who is already within will start shining. That is the work of the Guru. He will remove darkness, the ignorance in our heart and makes it easy to see God. So without remembering your Guru, if you do any work, it will be a failure. You cannot proceed forward without the Guru. That's why in our life we should get mantra diksha by the Guru. You can take mantra Google, you will get so much of mantras. You can get all the mantra with your Google Mama or Google Guru. It's of no use. Only a candle or a lamp can light another lamp. Only a lamp can light another lamp. The lit flame only can light another flame. So Guru has realized the Paramatman God within his heart. He only can light. Otherwise, you can't. You can get all the mantras in the books, in the Google, everywhere. It's of no use. So it has to come from the Guru. That's why here Hanuman is also, Vivekananda is telling he is the Guru. What a beautiful analogy we got through that. It's so beautiful. So now, with the meditation of the Guru, we shall now slowly enter into Hanuman Chalisa. Remember, Hanuman himself as a Guru. Then we will see what is the Guru, what is the role of our Guru in our life and in Hanuman Chalisa. Hanuman Chalisa is the glory of Hanuman. Why should we sing or take the name of Hanuman and the glory of Hanuman? Why can't we take the name of Ramachandra? He is the Paramatman. Hanuman is only the servant. What is the use of taking the name of his devotee? What are we going to get by that? Maybe your question. It is Hanuman Chalisa is full of the activities of Hanuman. Now, you separate Hanuman from Ramachandra. The moment you think of Hanuman, Rama will be there. So, what is the use of chanting Hanuman Chalisa? Automatically you will get double advantage, dual advantage, win-win situation. What is that? You will also get the grace of Hanuman. You will also get the grace of Ramachandra. You will also get the grace of Sita Mata and everything. So, there is a saying, when you please, how can you please the father and mother? Suppose you want to please the father and mother. How can you, whatever you tell about them, they know you are duty. The moment you start praising their children, the the son, the quality of the daughter or the son, immediately father and mother will become very happy. Likewise, when the Lord's devotee is praised, automatically Ramachandra also will be happy to hear. First of all, when you think of Hanuman, Rama will automatically come. So Rama, Sita will be there. You know that Hanuman opened his chest and showed what was that? Everywhere, in every pore of his body, in his heart, was Mother, Sita and Rama. So the moment you think of Hanuman, Rama will come. So that is the advantage. People may ask some questions. Why should we chant Hanuman Chalisa? Why not Rama? Why Ramayana is enough? Everything will come in that. Advantage is because that he is thought of. Hanuman is praised and thought of. Because we will be also simultaneously getting the grace of the Lord. Mothers in India, it's common practice. Make children chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. Whenever the child gets fever, whenever the child is sick, the mother will chant Hanuman Chalisa, touching the head of the child. Miraculously, the fever and other diseases will vanish. It's your faith in the name of Hanuman. It is happening even now in India. Any problem they face, they chant Hanuman Chalisa. Children, when they get afraid, go to the darkness and afraid of ghosts, they will be asked by parents to chant Hanuman Chalisa. Anything is there? Mahavir jab naam sunave, bhuta preta nikat nahi aave. Tulsidas himself is told, whenever you take the name of Mahavira or Hanuman, bhuta preta, the ghosts, goblins, other pishacha, everything, demons, will run away, it seems. So you need not be afraid at all. I told you, courage, fearlessness will come if you take the name of Hanuman. So Hanuman Chalisa, you get that. Then any other things to tell that our disease will be gone? In Chalisa we find Nasai, Rog Hare, Sabapira, meaning he will destroy all the diseases. It is given in Hanuman Chalisa. Now we will enter into Hanuman Chalisa. Hanuman. Who is this Hanuman? How did he get the name Hanuman? Hanuman means jaw. This jaw is called in Sanskrit as Hanuman. Manta, swollen. Swollen jaws. Hanuman. You know that story. I will take you through that story later on. When he went to, as a baby, to swallow the sun, thinking that it is a mango, then he was hit by the Vajra Ayudha of the lightning weapon of Indra. So his jaws were swollen and he fell unconscious. So then permanently his jaw is swollen. So he gets the name Hanuman. Chalisa. What is meant by Chalisa? Chalisa means 40. Chalis in Hindi means 40. So what is the language in which this Hanuman Chalisa is written? It's a dialect of Hindi. What is the dialect named as? So many dialects are there in North India. So many, hundreds maybe. Some few important things are there. In and around Ayodhya, Kashi and that place, people speak this dialect that is called Avadi Bhasha. Around Vrindavan and other places, they speak Brij Bhasha. Braja. So from Vrindavan, Braja has become Brij. Brij Lal, Brij Krishna. So Krishna's place is Brij. So Brij Bhasha. Likewise, Ayodhya and around, the language spoken is called Avadi Bhasha. So Hanuman Chalisa has been composed in this language. Who composed this? Now we have to see that it was composed by a very great saint of India during that 15th century. was a great saint? Can anybody tell? Tulsidas. Tulsidas is a great saint who had composed this Hanuman Chalisa. So, in this dialect of Hindi, spoken in the Ganges plain, the cities of Awadh, Ayodhya, Kashi, Varanasi. Now, Chalisa in Awadhi Bhasha means a poem of 40 verses. Chalis means 40 in Hindi. Hanuman Chalisa, however, has 43 verses. Have you noticed? Then why is it called? It should have been called 43. Why 40? So now we will go and understand that the main 40 verses are the Chaupai. It is in Chaupai. That is the 40 verses. Then the other three, Chaupai means quatrains, verses with 4 short rhythmic segments. In Hindi poetry, it's called Chaupai, quatrains. So, framing these are now, this 40 verses, Chalisa is framed by 3 doha, 2 in the top, just like you put a photo of God or somebody, you frame it. So these 3 Chaupai, these 40 Chaupai are framed by this thing. What is that? Chalisa means poem of 40 verses. So Hanuman Chalisa, however, has 43 verses. The main 40 verses are Chaupai, quatrains, the verses with 4 short rhythmic segments. Framing these 3 dohas, it's called doha. Doha means couplet. So, what is that quality in this poetry? What is it called? Verses with 2 long rhythmic segments. So, 2 dohas in the beginning and 1 at the end, which serves as the entry and exit points into the temple, the mind temple that is created by Chalisa. So these 2 dohas, the first 2 is the entry into Chalisa. The last doha is exit. So they are framing this Chalisa on each chaupas. So now we shall go to see what is this content of Hanuman Chalisa. No, in a bird's eye view before entering, because I don't know, within these 3 days, I may finish at the most 4 or 5 chopins with 2 this thing and the introduction. I can't finish more than that. Maybe again I have to come and maybe I have to take 10 or 15 classes. So many things are there to explain about Hanuman Chalisa. So now I will take you through something about just a bird's eye view of Hanuman Chalisa. So this work called Hanuman Chalisa, as we know, consists of 43 verses. But the important thing I told you, chopais or 40, that's what it's called Chalisa. So the 2 introductory dohas, so 40 chopais and 1 doha at the end. Now we get the bird's eye view. Because we have to do some academic investigation also. The first introductory doha begins with the word Shri Guru, referring to our Guru who has given us the Diksha. Now, Hanuman also can be taken as a Guru. When we use the word Shri, so Shri means Lakshmi. Here you can take it as Sita Mata, who has been given the grace of permission by Sita Mata. Hanuman also can be taken as a Guru, whichever. The Guru who has given him the Mantra Diksha, which whomever you can, but you have to remember Guru. In the first format, the auspicious form, in the chopais, Hanuman Chalisa, the first portion deals with the auspicious form of Hanuman. Knowledge, virtues, power, and bravery of Hanuman are described in the first 10 chopais. So, in the first 10 chopais, given there, what are we going to study? So, we should know all these things. I told you we should not just read Hanuman Chalisa like a parrot. You should know what is the content. So, auspicious form of Hanuman, knowledge, virtues, powers, and bravery of Hanuman are described in the first 10 chapters. Then in the chapters 11 to 20, they describe the acts of Hanuman in his service to Lord Ramachandra. Then with the 11th to 15th chapters, he describes the role of Hanuman in reviving the life of Lakshmana. Lakshmana was almost dead, he was unconscious, would die. Without Hanuman bringing the Sanjeevani Parvata, Dronagiri Parvata and Sanjeevani, that herb was administered by the doctor, Vanara doctor, then Lakshmana would have died. So he was the one who brought back life to Lakshmana. That's why another name, just like we have so many names to Hanuman, Anjaneya, Pavanasuta, so many other names. One of the names is Sanjeeva, means he brought life to Lakshmana. So that chapter, 11th to 15th chapter, describes the role of Hanuman in reviving Lakshmana. In the 21st chapter, Tulsidas describes the need of Hanuman's grace on us. Are you noting all these things? What is that Hanuman Chalisa? What is the content of Hanuman Chalisa? So Tulsidas describes the need of Hanuman's grace, Kripa, in this 21st chapter. At the end, Tulsidas greets Hanuman with subtle devotion and requests him to reside in his heart and in the heart of all devotees who chant it. The concluding doha again requests Hanuman to reside in the heart along with Ramachandra, Lakshmana and Sita. Now you got a bird's eye view of Hanuman Chalisa. The whole of Hanuman Chalisa is now picturized in your heart. What is the content? You got the content of Chalisa. You came to know what is this, we call that Doha, Chaupai, what is the language it is written in, everything. You have to keep it in your mind. Now, what made Tulsidas, who is the composer of Hanuman Chalisa, who is also the composer of Ramayana in this language, now, what is the reason he composed this Hanuman Chalisa? Yes, I will take you through that. He was a great devotee of Ramachandra. He was there in northern part of India, so somewhere near Agra and other place when he was there. He performed a miracle. He didn't perform any miracle, but by just his word, people who are Satyavakya Paripalakas, people who are great devotees of the Lord, whatever they tell, it becomes true. When a dead man was being taken, his wife went with tears and fell at the feet of Tulsidas, seeing him, that great saint. Then, knowingly, he gave the boon, let your husband be, have longevity. Where is longevity? He is dead. Because the word of the devotee cannot be made false, immediately that person got back life. So that spread everywhere that this great saint would bring back life to the dead. So now it reached the ears of Akbar, the king at that time. So, the king wanted to, out of curiosity, wanted to know, bring him. I'm not going to come anywhere. Okay, he went there to Tulsidas to perform a miracle. No, I didn't perform. That was the will of Lord. If he wants, he will. I'm not going after a miracle at all. Mine is only devotion to Lord. That's all. He got angry. You dare to disobey the king, emperor? He told you, if you don't do that, if you don't perform any miracle, and if you disobey my words, he asked the soldiers to jail him. They put him into the jail and put him into problem there in the jail. So in the jail, for no reason, He has not committed anything. In spite of that, he was jailed. In the jail, he started praying to Lord. So every day, one day he composed this 14 chaupas. Chalisa, 40 days he was in the jail, composing this. Finally, when he finished his prayer of Hanuman, by the end, what happened? Really, a big miracle happened. An army of monkeys. In North India there are varieties of monkeys, red-faced monkeys and black-faced monkeys. Now, in thousands, they started attacking the city, the palace, the soldiers, everywhere there were monkeys attacking soldiers and everybody. What can the soldiers do? If there is an army coming, they can shoot them or they can go and kill them with the arrows. What will they do with the monkeys? Are completely done too. Just like now in the modern warfare, there is a swarm of drones. Control the drones as Dronacharya. So swarm of drones come like flies. Once the British army was attacking all the villages and looting them. In India, there is that place even now, the temple has been built. They went and prayed to the Divine Mother there. How did she protect? Then she made the swarm of bees from the honeycomb to attack the soldiers. What will the soldiers do with their guns and swords to the honeybee? They stung and killed so many soldiers they had to run away. That's how the Divine Mother in that village, the temple, protected the villagers from that British army. Likewise here, swarms of monkeys attacked the soldiers and everybody. They came and reported it to Akbar. We are helpless now. The whole town is surrendered to monkeys. Then Akbar could understand how great this saint was. He went and pleaded, fell at his feet and told, protect us. The grace of the Lord which has done this, it is Hanuman who is protecting me. He has done this. So I have to pray only to Hanuman. Then he was released with great honor. Then he put a condition, you have to give up this capital and go away somewhere. You should not be here troubling our people. Give up that and went to Delhi, made his capital there. So that was the power of Hanuman Chalisa. That's how Hanuman Chalisa was composed. When he was in dire circumstances himself, Chalisa, when he was in difficulty, when he was jailed, so he composed for 40 days he was in the jail. Every day he composed this prayer to Hanuman, and which Hanuman made a miracle and released it, put Tulsidas out of the trouble. That's how Tulsidas composed this wonderful Chalisa. Okay, now we shall already entered into Hanuman Chalisa. We will go deeper and deeper, finding the wonderful meanings in this Hanuman Chalisa. So we will enter the temple of Hanuman Chalisa. As I told you, the first two verses are invocation. Tulsidas is invoking his Guru. He is getting the blessings of his Guru, Sri Guru Charana, Charoja, Saroja Raji. Invoking the blessing of the Guru. When we start anything, we have to remember our Guru, like Ganapati and Saraswati do. The word Shri in India is used as respect to anybody. Suppose now we are addressing somebody. We don't address them by the name. We add first Shri to show respect. Suppose now somebody's name is Naveen. Then we don't call them, just like in English you do Mr. Or for the ladies it is Mrs. something like that, you add for respect. Likewise, in our Indian tradition, Shri is added to show respect. At the same time, the meaning of Shri is Lakshmi. So now, here, Mother Lakshmi is also remembered. Then Guru is remembered, invoking Guru's blessing. So the Guru who is empowered by Lakshmi, who is Lakshmi here in Ramayana, is Sita Devi. So Tulsidas belonged to the group of sadhus called Ramayana Sadhu from the Ramanujacharya Sampradaya. Now, Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. Guru's Saroja Raja. What is that meaning? The dust of the lotus feet of Charana, these feet. Saroja means which is born in water, that is lotus. So the feet of gods, the feet of Guru is compared to the lotus flower. So Saroja Raja means the pollen grain, the dust of Guru's feet. Nija Mana Mukur Sudhari. Now, the dust of the feet of the Guru is used to clean the mirror of my mind, mirror of the mind, of the heart of mind. So it is covered, my mind is covered by lot of impurities. Now the question may arise, how can you clean the dust by dust, impurity by impurity? Dust is itself impurity. So with the dust, how can you clean another dust or impurity? Your mirror has become impure, dirty. To clean it. So now, we should not take the literal meaning. Here you have to read between the lines. So here you have to know that if you take the feet, dust means showing your humility. When somebody seniors come to your house, elders, sadhus, father and mother, you go and touch the feet and take the dust of their feet, showing your humility. Why don't I do that? Why don't I touch the feet of others and bow down in front of somebody? Because of my ego. I think I'm great. Why should I bow down to somebody? Why should I touch the feet of somebody? Why should I take the dust of somebody's feet? Why should I bow down in front of the Lord? It is because of my ego. Because you are identifying with your ego, you don't bow down. So here, touching the feet and taking the dust of the Guru's feet is showing humility. So when you become humble, when you show humility, then ego is crushed and ego goes away. When ego goes away, what remains is grace of God. Sri Ramakrishna tells, Lord is always showering His grace on all of us. Then why are we not getting grace of God if He is showering grace on all of us without any partiality? Because suppose you have a stone like this. How much ever water you pour on that stone mound, the water will flow away here and there. So this ego, the mound of ego in your heart, even though God is pouring so much of grace on it, it doesn't get collected, it will flow. If you have the well of humility, space, the patra, the vessel of humility, then only water of grace of God comes in that. That's why here you can see that the first thing he's telling, Guru Charana Saroja Raja. You have to clean the heart of your mind or the mirror is to be cleansed. Then only it will reflect the Lord. Otherwise, if it is dirty, it can't be reflected. What is troubling is our ego. So when you take the dust, then by the grace of the Guru, then all that will be removed. The feet of the Lord or Guru touch or touches your head, our sins are absorbed. We gain punya and spiritual wealth of the Guru whenever we touch the feet of the elders. What happens is the punya, merit they have done, will flow to you. Suppose that person whom you touch the feet or take the dust of the feet, the elder or the Guru, doesn't have any punya, he has only papa, sins, then what is going to happen? Then the sins from will flow to that person. So both way you have win-win situation. You take the dust of elders, father and mother, or guru, or any other saint, what is going to happen? When you take the dust of the feet of God or any other elders or guru, then sin of ours will go away. The punya, the merit, the grace of that great person, the guru, or the deity will flow into you. Swami Vivekananda used to tell, the moment you do Sastanga Pranama, go down to Sri Ramakrishna, that person will turn into gold. This is the wonderful statement of Swami Vivekananda. That's why the first thing is to take the dust, that means to show your humility. Important aspect is the use of the ego, becoming humble. Ego is the cause of all the problems and difficulties in our life. When ego is given up, abandoned, all difficulties will cease and we become fit to receive more and more knowledge, vidya. There is one beautiful shloka in Sanskrit. What is that? Vidya dadati vinayam. The more knowledge, education you get, then what is the indication? What is the symptom that you are getting more and more knowledge? Dadati vinayam. You become more and more humble. Why? The more and more knowledge I get, I should become egoistic. I've got so much of knowledge. How should I become humble? Because the more and more knowledge you will get, you will come to know that I have gained only so little. There is so much to be gained. And the great scientist Newton, when he was praised by somebody, sir, you are such great knowledgeable person. You know what was the reply of that great scientist Newton? He told, am I great? Not at all. I am just collecting pebbles, some stone pieces, pebbles on the shore of knowledge. I have not even reached the ocean of knowledge. I am just collecting some pebbles. Knowledge of this universe, knowledge of God is so infinite in nature. What can you gain? So the more and more knowledge you gain, the more and more humble you become. Because I've gained only so little. There is so much to learn. When can I learn? Is it possible in this life to gain so much of knowledge? So you become more and more humble. Vinayata, vidyadadati vinayam. Then what happens? What do you gain by vinayata or humility? The more humble you become, the more ego goes away. Then what happens? Then what is going to happen is you will get more space in your heart to get more knowledge. You get the fitness to get more knowledge. So humility is the answer. So here, to gain the knowledge of Hanuman Chalisa, you have to take the dust, the pollen grain, Nija, Mana Mukhur Sudari, Guru Saroja Rachari, pollen grains of the feet of the Guru, the feet dust of the Guru will cleanse my heart of the ego. That is the idea. Why lotus feet? Why not other flower? Because lotus grows in muddy water, dirt, slush, maya, marsh, wastage, slop, sludge. So lotus grows there. It grows in such dirty place, but it lends purity and beauty to the environment. So also, Guru lives in this muddy world, this transmigratory existence, this world, but he gives us purity, spirituality. To take the dust means to develop a menial disposition, meaning ready to serve, ready to perform any menial work for the sake of the Guru. So here, simply becoming humble and showing that, oh, you are so great, I am so meek is not enough. So how should you show your humility? By serving the Guru, by serving the children of the Guru, by serving the devotees, by serving the ashram, serving the temples, by serving the children of God. It's the way to show humility. Now, we have thought of Hanuman Chalisa for some time, contemplated. Now, sing the name of Hanuman. If you just sing the name of Hanuman, Hanuman may be angry. So, we should also sing the name of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and Hanuman. We should sing one song. It's a very simple song. Please repeat this song after me. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. The same song, little faster and louder. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki, 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 Shri Rama Lakshmana Janaki. Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman, 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 Jai Jai Bolo Hanuman. So the first doha, we have come to know the introductory doha. That is Sri Guru Charana Saroj Raja. Nija Mana Mukuru Sudhar. Your own. Nija means my own. Mana, mind, Mukura, mirror, Sudhar. Cleansing the mirror. Paranao Raghuvara Vimala Jasya Jodayaka Palachar. Having cleansed the mirror of my mind with the dust of the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev, I now proceed to describe the untarnished glory of Sri Ramachandra, the most excellent of the Raghu dynasty. What is the gain of that which bestows the fourfold fruits? What are the fourfold fruits? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the four Purusharthas, the goal of life. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Because we are all interested in Artha, wealth, to gain wealth, to gain property, to gain so many things, to have children, to have vehicles, to have insurances, everything we want. Artha. Then why do we want all these things? To fulfill our desires, Kama. So these are the two main goals of our life. But we forget that it should be done through righteousness. To earn your wealth and money through righteousness. The first goal is dharma, righteousness. Then wealth, Kama, you have to fulfill your desires, the goal, you can do that. So then finally, why are you doing all these things? To get the highest goal, that is liberation, freedom from everything. Release, realizing God, releasing yourself from all the bondages. So these are the four goals of our life. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So what are we going to get by all these things? Here, our Tulsidas tells, which bestows the four fruits of our life. Now, let us Varnam. So Varnana in Sanskrit, it comes from the word Sanskrit word Varnana, meaning describe, to glorify. Raghuvar. Raghu means in the Ikshvanu dynasty, the family of Sri Ramachandra, one very famous king was there, his name was Raghu. That's why the dynasty is also called Raghu dynasty, the best of that. So since Ramachandra came in that dynasty, he also gets another name called Raghurama. So now Hanuman is called Raghuvara. So we are going to praise Raghuvara. This is Hanuman Chalisa. Why Lord Rama should be praised, glorified? Because when Rama is glorified, Hanuman is pleased. Hanuman will be happy. To make Hanuman happy, you have to first glorify Rama. Ramayana is full of Hanuman's service to Rama. So Rama is praised by default. Hanuman's description also comes in another interpretation here, we can see another interpretation. Since Hanuman, Rama, to find Mother Sita, when she was in a very difficult situation in Sri Lanka, he also brought back the news of Mother Sita to Ramachandra, made both of them happy. So, Sita Mata considered Hanuman to be her son. Sita Mata described Hanuman all the time. She used to tell because she removed the sorrow of the mother. Who is called a son? Suppose a son or a daughter, a child to the mother, just because simply you are born in the womb of that particular mother or father, are they called children? Animals also give birth to children. But the real son or a daughter is the one who will serve the father and mother, make them happy, remove their difficulty, and look after them until the end. They are in reality called as children. Simply because they are born to them, they don't become children. Animals also give birth. So the real person, the real child is one who takes the name and fame of the father and mother, spreads that, serves them, look after them. He's the real child. So Hanuman took care, brought happiness, removed the sorrow of Mother Sita and Ramachandra. So Mother Sita considered Hanuman as her own child like Lava and Kusha. Do you know that? Lava Kusha never ruled Ayodhya. Even if you go to Ayodhya now, Rama's birthplace was destroyed. But the Muslims couldn't destroy one place, even now it is there, the old temple. It is called Hanuman Gadi. It is the palace of Hanuman. You can go to Ayodhya and see that. It was not at all touched by anybody. It is still there, Hanuman Gadi. So why? Because after Ramachandra, after 11,000 years of rule of Ramarajya, when Ramachandra went away, Hanuman was made the king of Ayodhya. What about Lava and Kushan? They were, even during Ramachandra, given different kingdoms to rule. You know, in Pakistan now we have a place called Lahore. Lahore comes from the term Lava, Lavapur, that's why it's called Lahore. So, Lava and Kusha ruled some other different places. It was Hanuman who was the king of Ayodhya. Even now he is considered the king there in Ayodhya. I've been to that place, that temple in Ayodhya. So a little away from that is the birthplace of Ramachandra in Ayodhya. The big temple has been consecrated there recently. Whatever that might be, here the real, the true son is the one who continues the legacy, serves the father and mother, continues the legacy, take that whatever the father and mother have done, to continue that legacy forward, take forward. It may be a disciple, it may be another new person. So he is the real son. So serves the parents, he only gets the real position of son. So by serving Ramachandra, by becoming the child of Mother Sita, so here our Hanuman also became Raghuvara. He became the child of that family of Raghuvamsha. That's why here you can see Varano Raghuvara Vimalajasya. So we are not only describing Ramachandra, automatically when we describe Ramachandra, Hanuman also comes in. So Hanuman's in Hanuman Chalisa is not only Ramachandra's, Hanuman is being described. So Raghuvara is also meaning. So Varana will describe the glory of Hanuman. That is the meaning here. Jodayaka Chari. What do we get? We get the highest four goals of life. Is that dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma means moral order, ethics, virtues. Artha means wealth, property, economic security. Kama means desires, pleasures, enjoyment, emotional fulfillment. Moksha is liberation, self-realization, spiritual freedom. Spiritual freedom from the cycles of birth and death. So now we have come to know this verse. Parano Raghuvara Vimalajasya. Shodayaka Palachari. Now we are going to the next verse. I think after completing this verse, I'll stop my talk today. We'll take up tomorrow. What is the next verse after that? Very important verse. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. Realizing the inadequacy of my intellect, I meditate on you, O Hanuman, the son of wind god. Grant me strength, intelligence, and true knowledge, and remove all my afflictions and blemishes. That is the simple meaning of this verse. Buddhihina tanu janike sumiro pavana kumar bala buddhi vidya devu mohi harahu klesha. So kalesha, kalesha vikar. Now we will go to the meaning of that. Meaning of buddhihina. I don't have sufficient intelligence. The attitude of humility. Such humility. Tulsidas, though he was a great Sanskrit scholar, great saint, great devotee, he had so much of spiritual power, but is yet proclaiming that he is a dull, unintelligent person. Such humility, such sweet attitude. I don't have any intelligence, buddhihina, sufficient intelligence. Generally, what happens to us? We gain little knowledge. We are so proud of even small things, of what we do not have. We don't have that thing, we start becoming proud of it. So much of pride and ego. But in spiritual life, devotees are humble, about which they very much have. Even though they have a lot of good qualities, they don't show it off. They are humble, they deny that. They do not get egotistic. Now, when I was in India, I think some 20 years back, 25 or 30 years back, I had a problem in my wisdom tooth. The dentist had to remove that wisdom tooth. Then after that, the doctors told, the dentist told, Swami, it is better to remove all the wisdom tooth because they come up in different direction, even create problem to the other tooth. So it is better to remove the other tooth. Okay. So another day I had to go, I removed that. Another day, another tooth, so all the 4 wisdom tooths are removed. Then when a devotee came to know about it, he came and innocently asked me, Swamiji, you have removed all your wisdom tooth. Will it not reduce your wisdom? You removed all the wisdom tooth. So wisdom tooth means wisdom. Your wisdom will go down. Why did you remove all the 4 wisdom tooth? That is what I wanted. When my puny, egoistic wisdom is removed, the mighty, infinite intellect and wisdom of the Lord will start manifesting in me. The moment I remove my puny, little, egoistic intelligence or wisdom, then the infinite wisdom of the Lord will start manifesting in me. So that's why here, even though Tulsidas is so great, he has so much of knowledge, still he is showing as if he is unintelligent. I am so dull. that sweet attitude actually with humility starts spiritual life. So Tulsidas is telling, I do not have sufficient intellect. He's so humble. This is the symptom of a devotee. So how will you come to know is a real devotee? He's too egotistic, praising always about himself, telling all that I have that deed, I can do that and this. So that is not the symptom of a devotee. Humility is the symptom of a devotee. In this materialistic life, we have borrowed clues. Nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to God. We are so proud about your house, your property, your money, your name and fame, your body, which you think it is reality, does not even belong to you. See, who knew what is going to happen in Ahmedabad? All were flying to London to have dreams. All the people are gone, charred to death. You're so proud of yourself, we don't know which moment we are gone. Go back. What happened to Pahalgam? All those had gone to enjoy. The next moment, the terrorists gunned them down. Everywhere you are seeing it. And still we are so proud of, I have that and I have this. So proud of your house, your property, your money, name, fame, body, which in reality does not belong to you even. But in spiritual world, devotees are not egoistic, proud about which they really have in plenty, because they think we are the trustees of God. It belongs to God. They are just trustees looking after it. The children, house, husband, wife, father, mother. They all belong to God. I'm just a trustee looking after them. Everything belongs to God. That is the attitude of a devotee. So Tulsidas is showing us the way. I do not have sufficient intelligence. Buddhihi tanujanike is so humble. That is the symptom of a devotee. Actually, with humility starts spiritual life. With ego, you are going away from spiritual life. The moment I understand my intellect or wisdom is insufficient, I need the help of the Lord. So the moment I come to know that I have a disease, then only I will try to remove that disease by going to the doctor, by taking the medicines. But if I do not know that I have a disease, then why will I go to the doctor? Why will I take the medicine? Likewise, only when I come to know I don't have sufficient intelligence, I don't have sufficient strength, I don't have sufficient spirituality, then we pray to God. Then automatically the grace of God will flow into you. With egotistic attitude that I know everything, I have everything. With that egotistic attitude, then you will not get the knowledge. So if you have to get the knowledge of Hanuman Chalisa, Tulsidas is showing us how to become happy. And only the grace of God starts flowing. If I have the egoistic attitude, I have everything, I know everything, then why will I read Chalisa? Why will I read the grace? Why will I pray to God? When I come to know I have the disease, I will try to cure it or go to the doctor, take medicine. If I am fully, suppose I used to tell, when somebody was asked me, Swamiji, how was your lecture? Sometimes some devotees will ask me, Swamiji, how was your singing? Why are you asking me? I should ask others. Because if you ask me, I will tell you my lecture was good. and tell, oh, my singing was good. But others should tell whether the lecture was good or thing. Why? So you can also tell it, okay, I will give an example. Suppose my head has gone, I become mad, let us let me to the mental asylum. After some days, the doctors give medicine, and I am put out of the mental asylum. Then I come back. And somebody will ask me, Swamiji, how is your head? Is it okay? What has happened to me? My head is all right all through. Somebody else has to tell whether my head has become all right or still I'm mad. I will be always thinking I'm sane. So whether my lecture was good or not, I will always say, oh, it was very good. The names of the people who have heard it, they should give their opinion and the judgment. Likewise, we do not know that we have sufficient knowledge or not. What am I? What is my position? So learn to be humble. Then only grace of God will start flowing into you. That's why He is giving that wonderful way, that sweet attitude. Buddhihina taru janike. So I will smiro Pavana Kumar. I will think of Hanuman, meditate, seek help to overcome my weakness. Now, what is it telling? I will meditate on Pavana Kumar. Why didn't he use the name Hanuman again? Why did he use the name Pavana Kumar? Pavana means Vayu. He is the spiritual father of Hanuman. What happened? When Hanuman was struck down by Indra with his thunderbolt and he fell down unconscious, what happened? Vayu, the father, spiritual father of Hanuman, he came and took the child and went and hid himself. The whole world lost. Why air? There was no air. The whole living being started struggling for air. And all the gods had to come and please Vayu and give so much of boons to Hanuman and associate and revive him, and they gave so much of boons to please Vayu. So why is the name of Pavana Kumar taken here? Just like, oh Hanuman, Vayu, your father, when you were in dire circumstances, he protected you, cared for you. Likewise, I am reminding you, Pavana Kumar, you are the child of Vayu. You should also protect me. Like your father protected you when you were a child. I'm a child. I'm unintelligent. I don't have sufficient strength in me. Like your father who protected you. That's why Pavana, the son of the Vayu, is where Tulsidas is reminding Hanuman, you are the son of Pavana Vayu. So like your father protected you, please protect me also, who doesn't have sufficient intelligence, sufficient strength, and so weak. Lord Hanuman, please protect me. Buddhihina taru janike. So I will sumiro. Sumira comes from smarana. Sanskrit word is smarana. Smarana means I think of, I meditate. That's the meaning. I will think of Hanuman, meditate, seek help to overcome my weakness. Swami Vivekananda tells, what is the remedy for weakness? The remedy for weakness is not to prove our weakness. Then what is the remedy for weakness? The remedy for weakness is to think of strength. So when you think of Hanuman Chalisa, what is happening? The thinking of strength. So the remedy for weakness is not to prove our weakness, but to think of strength. So what is that which will give you strength? That is Hanuman Chalisa. Bala buddhi vidya dehuki klesha kalesha vikar. Bala, strength, buddhi, intelligence, vidya, education. Now, the bull, the bull, it's so strong. One of our senior Swamijis, Chalisa, the disciple of Brahmanandaji, used to tell, eat like a bull, work like a bull, but don't think like a bull. So, bull is very strong. but it doesn't have sufficient intelligence. That's why, give me strength like an elephant or a bull. I need bala. But without buddhi, you will be just like a bull. So bala, buddhi, give me intelligence also. If you have just intelligence, and if you don't have strength of your body, you'll be like a jackal or a fox. You'll become cunning. So you need both physical strength and intellectual strength. That's why here Tulsidas is praying from Hanuman, Bala Buddhi. Again, he is telling Vidya. Why is it? Buddhi is enough. Why Bala Buddhi, Vidya Devo Mohi? Why should he give that to? Then comes the important thing. Vidya means wisdom. When you put that intelligence into action in your life, when it is digested and it is used in your life, then only it is useful. Otherwise, what is the use of so much of intelligence? Now, there is so much of knowledge in the hard disks, in the library. If you go to the library, so much of knowledge is there. If you take your computer, so many gigabytes and megabytes of knowledge is there. But will a hard disk or a library be called as a professor? Never. Only a human being maybe doesn't have so much of intelligence like a computer or the library, but even he is called a professor because he has put it into use in his life. He has digested it and then put it into practice. Then only it is called Vidya, education. What is that education? Swami Vivekananda tells, what is education? Education is not collection of facts. Education is not a collection of information. Education is by which the training of which you get character. And making character building. Maybe having so much of knowledge, what is the use if that doesn't help you to grieve and sympathize with orphans and widows? You cannot wipe the tears of a widow. What is the use of such education and knowledge? So it should expand your heart and making character building. That's why. So that same word is used, Bala Buddhi Vidya Deho Mohi. Vidya is true education. So that's why here the Lord Hanuman is being prayed to get all these things. Harahu Kalesha Vikar. Kleshas and Vikar. We have so many kleshas. Dirt, impurities in our mind. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsarya, Lobha, Moha. You think the enemies are outside? We make enemies outside because we have enemies inside. What are they? Desire, Kama, intense desire, lust, Krodha, anger, Mada, pride, ego, Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsarya, envy, jealousy, Moha, attachment. These are all the 6 enemies, Arishad Varga, in your own heart. Because of that, we make enemies outside. The enemy is not outside, it is within. They are the kleshas, vikar, the angularities of your mind. So that's why, by remembering Hanuman, I'm going to remove all these kleshas, vikar. So now, from the next class, we shall go to the exact Hanuman Chalisa. It was only now it was the Doha. The Chaupai will start from the next class. Jai Hanuman Gnana Gunasa. Victory to you, Hanuman. You are the ocean of knowledge. Not only knowledge, beautiful character. Guna. Sagar means ocean. Victory to you. So by telling the Lord will always have victory, then why again you are telling victory to Hanuman? Because by telling victory to Hanuman, then I will win in my life. I do want victory in my life. I do want success in my life. So by proclaiming victory to all those beautiful characters, Shem, Hanuman, Gnana, Gunasagar, ocean of knowledge, ocean of character. So I too will get success and victory in my life. That's why always you give Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji ki Jai, Shri Mahamai ki Jai, everything Ganga Mai ki Jai. Why should you again and again proclaim victory? Because you want success in your life. You want to be successful over the demoniacal qualities, the laziness, the procrastination. So by proclaiming victory to Hanuman, because of his wonderful character, you will get victory over all these things. So we will continue, we'll go deeper and deeper. Different aspects of Hanuman's life in the Ramayana will be taken up. We will see all those examples and enjoy the Hanuman Chalisa, the meditation, the contemplation of Hanuman Chalisa. Now we will just stop here by praying to Hanuman. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.